inside. And look at the Italians and Great Britain coming through. Oh, this is close. And it's de Grasse. Andre de Grasse.
This is the story of Bayanda Walaza, a 19-year-old South African sprinter who shocked the world with his talent, but somehow hasn't gotten the attention he deserves. In August 2024, Walaza became the first South African in history to win an Olympic medal while still in high school, running the lead-off leg in the men's 4x100-meter relay final at the Paris Olympics. Walaza helped power South Africa to a silver medal, finishing behind Canada with an African record time of 37.57 seconds. It was a moment of triumph that seemed to come out of nowhere, especially since just a few days earlier, Walaza wasn't even supposed to be in the final. Initially listed as a reserve, Walaza was unexpectedly called up when fellow sprinter Benjamin Richardson suffered an injury during the 200-meter heats. The teenager, who was also juggling preliminary matric exams at the time, had even considered heading back to South Africa before he got the call. It was also emotional because I didn't think I was going to run, then the next moment they're telling me I would be running, Walaza told in an interview. It made me strong. His performance under pressure spoke volumes, proving he wasn't just a junior standout, but a clutch performer on the biggest stage. If Paris was the announcement, Lima was the confirmation. Just weeks after the Olympics, Walaza flew to Peru for the World U20 Championships. There, he accomplished something no South African had done since 1998. He won both the 100 meters and 200 meters titles. In the 100 meters, he clocked 10.19 seconds. In the 200 meters, he edged out rising Australian star Gout in 20.52. Walaza became the first South African to win the 100 meters, 200 meters double at the U20 Worlds. His win over Gout, in particular, sparked discussions online, with fans calling it a glimpse of the next generation of sprinting rivalry. Walaza began his 2025 season by shattering expectations. At the Gauteng North Championships in March, he ran 9.99 in the 100 meters, making him the 9th South African to officially break the 10-second barrier and setting a new national U20 record. He followed that just 4 days later by clocking 20.08 in the 200 meters, surpassing Clarence Munyai's previous U20 record of 20.10. I am in the driving seat for now because I've qualified. It makes me relaxed, he said. I think it will be a good year for me. Maybe I'll feel pressure when it's close to September. But for now, all I'm thinking about is winning. In May 2025, Walaza competed at the World Athletics Relays in Guangzhou, China. South Africa's 4x100-meter team, anchored by Akani Simbine and led off by Walaza, claimed gold with a time of 37.61 seconds. It was a historic win that helped redeem the nation after past disappointments in relay competitions, including dropped batons and disqualifications in previous global meets. Walaza's composed execution in the high-stakes final helped set the tone for the team, solidifying his reputation as a pressure performer. That win ensured South Africa's automatic qualification for the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. Walaza's running technique has earned him the nickname Wobble Wobble due to his flailing arms and asymmetrical form. In training, he maintains textbook mechanics with closed hands and upright posture. But in competition, the stress and adrenaline often trigger his signature flail. When I train, I don't usually run the way I do in competition. My hands are closed. My form is perfect in training. And then it happens when competition, when I don't notice, boom, I'm back to that running style. Like legends Donovan Bailey and Bob Hayes, who had similarly unconventional styles, Walaza proves that efficiency often trumps elegance. Despite his rapid ascent, Walaza remains a student of the sport. In June 2025, he traveled to Jamaica to race at the Racers Grand Prix, facing off against the likes of Oblique Seville and Kashane Thompson. Speaking ahead of the race, he admitted, "This sport is a sport where you have to face your fears. I'll say I have fears of racing people and I'll need to get over that. I need to be strong within and to face it." He emphasized that his current focus isn't chasing times, but mastering his craft. "If I start putting times first, it will actually kill who I am because I will start running for the times and forget what makes the sport fun," he said. The times will come with the perfect execution. One of the most compelling narratives in junior athletics today is the growing rivalry between Walaza and Gout. Their showdown in Lima added a fuel to the fire. Since then, Gout ran a blistering 20.05 to win the 200 meters at the Queensland Championships, narrowly missing his national senior record. Walaza acknowledged the excitement around their rivalry. People talk about this rivalry, which excites me and shows that people notice athletics. I've seen the comments, Walaza versus Gout. It makes me want to race him again. Bayanda Walaza has emerged as one of South Africa's most exciting sprinting prospects, with an Olympic silver medal, 2 U20 world titles, multiple national age group records, and a sub-10 clocking. His resume is already among the best in the country's sprinting history. His rise also comes at a time when South Africa is rebuilding its global sprinting image. Alongside seasoned stars like Akani Simbine and rising peers like Shaun Maswanganyi and Benjamin Richardson, Walaza represents a new era. As the nation gears up for the 2025 World Championships and looks ahead to the LA 2028 Olympics, Bayanda Walaza is not just part of the future, he is leading it. If Bayanda Walaza just earned your respect, drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next time he breaks a record or silences the doubters.
Walaza for South Africa is flying. Johansson on the outside also running strongly. But Walaza is being pursued by Jake Odie Jordan as it's a roll. Just too late. It is the double for Bayanda Walaza.
South Africa has a new name lighting up the track, and it's sending shockwaves through the sprinting world. Meet Bayanda Walaza, the 100-meter and 200-meter sensation that's turning heads and pushing veterans to the edge of their comfort zones. If you haven't heard of him yet, you will now. Born in the heart of South Africa, Bayanda Walaza didn't grow up with elite facilities or fancy shoes. What he had was a gift and a determination to match. Raised in a working-class neighborhood, he began running as a kid in schoolyard races, always the fastest, always a step ahead.
His natural speed caught the eye of local coaches by the time he was 12. Within a few years, he was breaking records at youth meets and making waves nationally. His family, recognizing his potential, backed him through local training programs, childhood photos, early race footage, coach interviews.
One coach recalled, he didn't just run fast, he ran smart. That's rare at his age. By his late teens, Bayanda had clocked a 10.34-second 100-meter and a 20.74-second 200-meter, numbers that put him in elite conversations.
Walaza! 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 Walaza!
Here comes Bayanda Walaza. Walaza's going to win this one, and he does so. 20.09. Oh.
In 2022, he stunned South African fans with a blistering 200-meter performance that caught the attention of scouts and international analysts. Just a year later, in 2023, he clocked a personal best of 10.19 seconds in the 100 meters. These weren't just fast times, they were statements. And with every race, Bayanda was proving he wasn't just promising, he was arriving. His performance at the South African National Championships drew standing ovations. Beating more experienced rivals, Bayanda claimed silver in the 200 meters with a time of 20.45 seconds and pushed the eventual winner to the very last meter.
Just too late. It is the double for Bayanda Walaza. Gout gave a glimpse of why he is a name for the future.
Speed doesn't come from nowhere. Bayanda's training is relentless. His weekly regimen includes explosive gym workouts focusing on strength and power development with deadlifts, sled pulls, and Olympic lifts. On the track, he sharpens his sprint mechanics with reaction drills and block starts to ensure he explodes out of the gate. To boost agility and coordination, he incorporates plyometrics and core sessions that include bounding, medicine ball routines, and hurdle hops. His recovery process is just as meticulous, involving protein-focused meals, strict hydration routines, regular massages, and physiotherapy to keep his body in peak condition. Bayanda trains under elite coaches in Pretoria, focusing not just on speed, but biomechanics. They analyze his every stride. His reaction time at the start has improved to under 0.14 seconds. He absorbs feedback instantly. That's what sets him apart. Bayanda made his international debut in 2023 at the African U20 Championships. He placed second in the 200 meters, narrowly missing gold but earning massive respect. In 2024, he shocked seasoned sprinters at the ASA Grand Prix, finishing first in the 100 meters ahead of Olympic veterans. Whispers turned into headlines. Who is this kid from South Africa? In one training camp, he reportedly outpaced 2 national team members. Word spread fast. A star wasn't just born. He was sprinting past expectations.
Walaza for South Africa is flying. Johansson on the outside also running strongly. But Walaza is being pursued by Jake Odie Jordan as his nearest challenge.
Off the track, Bayanda is described as humble, focused, and fiercely competitive. He often visits local schools to speak about perseverance and dreams. He's also known to crack jokes in the locker room and never forgets where he came from. That balance of focus and fun makes him a favorite among teammates and fans alike. His Instagram has grown steadily, showcasing his workouts, races, and motivational captions that resonate with young fans. Sports journalists in South Africa are calling Bayanda the most promising sprinter in a decade. He reminds us of early Wade van Niekerk, quiet, disciplined, and deadly fast. Fans are filling comment sections. He's our next Olympic hope. This kid gives me chills. His 200-meter finish is explosive. There's growing excitement around potential sponsorship deals and international training opportunities. Some predict he could qualify for Paris 2024.
Away, it's heading for a South African 1-2, but here comes Bootsong. South Africa, gold and bronze.
Bayanda has his eyes firmly set on the Olympics and the Diamond League circuit. His primary goals include breaking the elusive 10.00 second barrier in the 100 meters and consistently running under 20.00 seconds in the 200 meters. Beyond personal bests, he's focused on qualifying for the World Athletics Championships and making his mark on the global stage. Currently, he is preparing for a series of international meets in Europe, where he'll face off against some of the fastest sprinters from the United States and Jamaica. He's currently preparing for international meets in Europe, where he'll race against top-tier sprinters from the US and Jamaica. The global sprint scene better watch out. This South African rocket is not slowing down. Veterans in the game are beginning to take note and worry. A new face running times that took them years to achieve? That's pressure. Bayanda's ability to close a race in the final 30 meters is particularly feared. Even when trailing, he seems to find another gear. It's not just his times, it's his composure, the confidence, the hunger. Bayanda Walaza isn't a maybe. He's a rising force. From dirt tracks to digital headlines, he embodies the spirit of South African athletics. Raw talent, hard work, and unstoppable belief. So, is Bayanda Walaza the next big thing in sprinting? If the clock is the judge, the answer is racing toward yes. Keep your eyes on this name because his story is just beginning. If you were impressed by Bayanda's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more rising athlete profiles. Drop a comment below. What do you think his next milestone will be? And who should we cover next? Stay tuned because we'll be tracking Bayanda's journey all the way to the world stage.
Problems here. Great start for Davis and Talu Smith. Talu Smith driving hard. Hobbs going well in lane 7. Zoe Hobbs at the moment just looking like she's on terms with Davis and Talu Smith. Davis.
All I know is that was a really good start. I came out really low, almost stumbled, but I managed to hold it, and then maybe at about 30 I was still ahead and I was like, what the heck is going on? Just keep going, just keep flowing. I don't know. I'm mind blown.
Zoe Hobbs just made history. At the 2025 Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, Czech Republic, the New Zealand sprinter delivered a performance that not only reset the national record, but redefined sprinting in Oceania. Clocking 10.94 seconds in the women's 100 meters, Hobbs became the fastest woman in Oceania's track history. It was a blistering, high-pressure race filled with elite competition, and Hobbs didn't just hold her own. She set a new standard. This wasn't just a personal best. It was the first time she had gone sub-11 since 2023. A clear signal that she's back in top form, and perhaps stronger than ever. This achievement didn't come from nowhere. Hobbs had already set the Oceania record in 2023 with a time of 10.96 seconds. That made her the first woman from the region to break the 11-second barrier. Fast forward to 2025, and she's not just maintaining form, she's improving it. At 27, Hobbs has dominated New Zealand, sprinting for nearly a decade. She holds multiple national titles and owns the Oceanian indoor 60-meter record as well. Her consistency and progression have made her a standout in a region not traditionally known for sprinting excellence. And yet, Hobbs has done more than just run fast. She's redefined what's possible for athletes coming from smaller athletics programs, and for many young runners in Oceania, she's become the new benchmark. The setting for this record was no small-time meet. The Golden Spike in Ostrava is a World Athletics Continental Tour Gold event. A tier just below the Diamond League, it's known for fast times and top-tier competition, and this year was no different. Hobbs was up against a world-class field that included Liberia's Thelma Davies, who clocked 10.91 seconds, and Marie-Josée Tallou-Smith of the Ivory Coast, who posted a 10.92. In that lineup, Hobbs still managed to place third, but more importantly, she left with the fastest time ever recorded by a woman from Oceania. From the very start of the race, Hobbs showed she meant business. Later, in interviews, she admitted to nearly stumbling out of the blocks. "I came out really low, almost stumbled," she said. Despite that shaky beginning, she managed to regain composure almost immediately and push through a competitive pack. By the 30-meter mark, she was still in the lead. From that point, her focus was pure execution. Just keep going. Just keep flowing, she recalled thinking mid-race. That mindset carried her through a clean, technically sound finish. Hobbs' ability to hold form through the final 40 meters proved critical. While Davies and Tallou-Smith edged past her in the closing stages, Hobbs held steady to cross the line in 10.94. That time not only beat her previous best, but did so under race day pressure against top athletes. Her execution in Ostrava revealed not just peak physical condition, but competitive maturity. In sprinting, a 0.02 of a second improvement is significant. For Hobbs, it was a breakthrough that confirmed her status among the sport's elite. What makes this performance even more impressive is the context Hobbs entered the meet, coming off a rocky European campaign. Just weeks prior, she had posted an 11.42 in Poland, one of her slowest performances in recent memory. She was also disappointed with her outing in Doha. The travel schedule had taken a toll, and by her own admission, she was feeling fried and cooked from the continuous strain of being on the road. But rather than spiral, she regrouped. "Doha, I was really disappointed with, and Poland I felt like was one of the worst races I've run in probably the last 3 weeks. I was really questioning what the heck happened, but I think I was just a little bit fried, a little bit cooked from the 3 weeks of travel," Hobbs said. In Finland, the weekend before Ostrava, Hobbs found reassurance her times improved, and she began to feel in sync with her training. In the 2 to 3 weeks leading up to the Czech meet, she reported consistent, high-quality training sessions. That foundation paid off. Her ability to shift from one of her worst performances to a record-setting run speaks volumes about her resilience and competitive grit. It's that mental toughness combined with technical excellence that defines champions. This record also reverberates far beyond the finish line. Zoe Hobbs' 10.94 isn't just a win for her personal legacy, it's a statement for all of Oceania. Sprinting in the region has often been overshadowed by dominance from the United States, Jamaica, and parts of Europe and Africa. But Hobbs is changing that narrative. She has become a symbol of what's possible when dedication meets opportunity. Her performance adds credibility to New Zealand's sprint program and shines a spotlight on a part of the world often overlooked in athletics. It also carries cultural significance. Hobbs, who is of Maori descent through the Ngāruahine iwi, represents a growing presence of indigenous excellence on the world stage. Her achievements resonate not just with fellow athletes, but with communities who see her as a role model. She blends elite sport with cultural identity, showcasing that heritage and high performance can coexist powerfully. From a technical perspective, the 10.94 is a product of meticulous preparation. Hobbs' start mechanics have always been solid, but in Ostrava, her ability to recover from a near stumble and still execute a textbook drive phase speaks to elite-level proprioception. Between 30 to 60 meters, she showed clean acceleration, holding pace with 2 of the world's best. Her transition to top-end speed was seamless, and most importantly, she maintained form under fatigue, a critical component in the final stretch of any 100-meter sprint. Her performance was a masterclass in staying composed, technically sound, and mentally focused under pressure. Looking ahead, this performance opens doors. Hobbs is now a strong contender for a spot in next month's Diamond League event in Monaco. Given the field in Ostrava and the time she posted, it's likely